What's up, guys, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. We have been on the grind, baby. So we actually just had an AI worker finish up his job over here. Look at this. We were fertilizing this field of grass over here. Looks like we are all done, all good to go. So thank you for that. We've got another worker over cultivating this field right here. Looks like he's almost done. And we are here in this bad boy. We are cultivating this field as well, and we should be able to finish this thing up here very shortly. So welcome back, guys. Just trying to get some money in the bank account. Today we are going to be expanding on our grass empire, and we have also been expanding on the nerdiness of this series. I got a we're going to wait till we have to turn. I got like a wheel ball thing. I need to move it up to the center because it takes the wheel off balance here, or maybe bump up my the force feedback. But yeah, let's go all the way down to the end of this. We can raise up our cultivator, and bro, are you kidding me? Okay, that was a bit overstated there, Trump. But dude, we've got a wheel thing, a wheel ball, whatever you want to call this. Got it on Amazon, and it's actually pretty fun. By the way, this tractor is absolutely ridiculous. We've got like some tank tracks happening here. I would assume that's probably better for the crops. You know, a wider track, you're dispersing the weight a little bit, so you're not going to be punching down as hard. You've got more surface area for the weight of the tractor to displace itself. I don't know. I could be totally wrong there, but ultimately, I just really like the look of this thing. So we're going to finish up this field here. Oops, sorry about the neighbor's field. Hold on a second. Go ahead and lower this bad boy down. Let's get her in the middle. I mean, the ball's going to take some getting used to. We're not terrible with it, but here we go. We just got our headland to take care of here. Look at that. You can see like the tracks down on the bottom. Yeah, this is pretty sick. I think the wheel ball is going to be a lot more useful when we have, you know, both hands out there, but when we're just kind of riding around, I feel like this is a bit more comfortable here. So welcome back, guys. Like I said, we got some money, 16K in the bank. We got 3 contracts we're going to be able to collect, and then we should be good to go. Oh my gosh, almost ran into a school bus full of kids. My bad, guys. Yep, that's my fault. All right, we're gonna turn this thing here. There you go. Knock over some stop signs. It's not a big deal. This thing turns really weird too, because it, like, you know, obviously you aren't on wheels. It doesn't turn normally. Like the one track goes backwards, the other track goes forwards, and it just, you know, kind of pretty quickly it turns more than you would expect. So we're at 99% here. And that contract is officially finished, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I just can't get over this thing. I want to buy one of those one day. That thing is really, really sick. So if we take a look at our contracts here, things, like I said, have been going pretty well. We've got farmland 15, 23, and 45 for about $10,000. Let's just go ahead and collect these. Now, I will say I'm not sure if it's the right call to use the AI workers on the contracts. I was trying to look it up. I guess it's about $2,700 per hour in game that they charge you. It seems like you'll come up net positive in most of those. I know right now we've got a ton of money. I don't know how it works. They charge you in the moment. Do they charge you when they hit a certain number of hours? I'm not sure when they start taking the money out of your account, but we look pretty good right here with 29K. We are going to take a look at our corner field that we planted yesterday. So this is this one right here just across the street. It's the biggest field that we have, and like we said, grass is a great starter crop because it kind of grows infinitely. You can cut it, harvest it, sell it, and then it's going to grow back. You don't have to keep buying seeds. You don't have to keep doing a lot of things. It's just one of the easier, more automated crops that we can have. Now, the thing is that I'm really glad we caught this. Obviously, we need to fertilize this grass. We also need to roll it. So it's kind of interesting. You want to roll it after every time you mow, but that's going to be with an actual grass roller, I guess, the Maxi Roll 630 Greenline. This is not what you want to do after seeding, though. You want to roll it one time after seeding to get a permanent 2.5% yield bonus, and you can only do it right after you've seeded it, which we did just before this episode started, right at the end of the last episode. So I'm very glad we caught this. If we would have advanced a month, we would have had to completely replow and replant the whole field. So we're going to be looking for a roller. We've got rollers here, and these things are really expensive. We're going to need the smaller one. We don't have a tractor that could pull it otherwise. And we are going to lease this bad boy for $2,371. So obviously that's not fun. We don't want to do that. But again, this is a permanent 2.5% yield improvement. So it's going to be worth it in the long run. Time to head into town, baby. Here we go. Gotta go get ourselves a roller. Technically, we should be doing the rolling every single time. We want to take a right here, right? I'm pretty sure. We should be rolling every field right after planting. It gives you that 2.5% bonus, but when you think about it, the time involved with that or the money that you would spend on AI to do it, it's just not really worth it on a normal crop where you only get that bonus once. But with grass, it's literally from now until the end of time, we're going to have an extra 2.5%. I think this is how it works. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. So I would say $2,000 up front is going to be well worth it, especially with the money that we hope to make eventually. So let's go pick this thing up. I swear we spend half of our game just traveling back and forth to this store. Look at that thing. All right, our first time ever using a roller. This is going to be kind of a fun thing for us. See if we can back this thing up, get her attached, and bam, now we're just gonna head back over to the field. New piece of equipment, always fun. That's my favorite. The contract work, like it takes forever, but being able to use all the different pieces of equipment and tractors and stuff is so fun. And here we are, brand new piece of equipment, learning something new today. Look at me, Grandpa, I'm really doing it out here, baby. We're actually doing things right. We're really lucky we caught. I thought I saw something about this, but I thought we were just going to be able to roll it later. I guess there's two different types of rolling that you can do with grass. So I hope we got this right. I think we did. We'll see. Did they miss some seeding here? If so, that's fine. We can fix it later. So here we go. I just want to make sure, like right here, it says needs rolling, needs rolling, needs rolling. So if we fire this thing up, we're going to fold. I'm going to fold this thing out. Oh, she's wider than I thought she was. Okay, this is going to be a lot easier. I was thinking maybe we would hire somebody to do this, but I don't think that's necessary. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we are officially... Oh, look at that. That looks amazing. I think that part behind us that was a little bit off color might need fertilizer, maybe? I don't know. We'll kind of try refertilizing here in a second, but look at this. Okay, let me just double check before we end up doing the whole field. I'm assuming this is going to be rolled. Yes, this does not need to be rolled anymore. So I guess we're just kind of rolling the seeds down into the earth. Again, this is the one time you need to do this. You need to do a specific type of grass rolling after every time you cut it, but just when the seeds are first planted, this should get us an extra 2.5%, which doesn't sound like much, but over the course of time, I think that's going to be pretty good. One thing I really want to try working on is maybe not relying on AI workers as much. I mean, they're really good, and it saves you time. When you have multiple things to do, it's nice. Can we just lift this up, or... it has to fold all the way back up? Interesting. I mean, that seems really inconvenient. Yeah, there's just a fold and unfold. Okay, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. The truth is we can get a pretty wide berth here, so it's not the end of the world. We can just try to line this up to go back again, and we're gonna be a-okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's tempting to use them for something like this, but like especially when we have nothing else going on. Oh no. Oh, Trev, you're gonna have to go back and fix that. With nothing else going on, it's like, if we're paying $2,700 an hour, it's something that we probably need to do. And I like it. It's fun. Doesn't make for the most exciting YouTube content, but it's fun. We'll just have to speed a lot of this up. To be honest, this looks really cool, dude. Look at all that dirt and ground getting churned up out here. I guess I'm not going to turn. Should we just go in straight lines? I'm just going to go in straight lines. All the way to the edge, fold it up. A weird looking trailer, dude. The way that thing folds, the way the wheels disappear, we got to be careful here because it's kind of dragging behind us. Got to get this thing backed up nicely, get it around this pole, and then we're gonna have to find a way to I don't know how to read just how far it's gonna fold out. It's just got to be a feeling thing that we'll get down eventually. Obviously, we don't want a lot of little pieces at each end that we have to go back and do later. Shoot, see, like that right there is not where we wanted it, so we're gonna have to back this thing up a little bit and drag her back this way. Oh boy, I was gonna say, of course we could always use steering assist too, but it looks like the steering assist wants us to go in slightly different angles here, so I guess we're gonna be on our own for this first one. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Long as it gets rolled, that's ultimately what matters. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this piece right here before we forget about it. Honestly, we're almost halfway done, so this totally could be worse. Get that down all the way. Come on now, it takes a while. All right, get that bit rolled. There it is. Dude, I gotta be honest, this is really, really impressive, the physics of this. Oh, I didn't realize it was gonna stop. Look at the spot where these wheels are turning, the way that it's digging down into the ground. I don't think that's gonna affect our yield or anything, but that's pretty cool. And it completely stopped. Hold on, we want to fold this up because we want to back up. I guess we could just kind of turn here. Yeah, look at that. Look at the marks it left in the ground. That's sick. Like, I understand the tractor tires. You would expect it out of the tractor tires, but to see trailers folding and have that sort of an effect is pretty cool. So we can bring it back this way. I think we're probably going to be a little too wide. Back them up a little bit. That looks a little bit better. What we should do is fold it out before we get to the edge so we can adjust as needed. And it looks like that was pretty spot on right there, minus for the fact that we started, hold on, the opposite way. We started kind of a little crooked there. Got it, beautiful. Okay. It's not an exact science, we're just doing our best out here. My wheel ball is a little loose. I didn't want to tighten it too much to like ruin the wheel, but definitely don't want this thing coming undone while we're using it, so we're gonna do that. And honestly, I mean, sometimes I try to cut some corners and stuff. I think this is why you want to use headlands. Let's try to see if we can cut this corner here. I'm gonna see what happens if we just don't, what's it called? Let's back this thing up. We don't lift it up. If you have these headlands done, then that means you're not gonna have to constantly turn like we are and like stop and pull it up and stuff like that. So we would save, it takes a little bit more time up front, but we would save ourselves some time here. The guidelines are really helpful. We would save some time because then we could just turn in the headland rather than stopping and going. So let's invest in our time beforehand so that we can enjoy our time after the fact. Do we think we're going to be able to pull this corner all in one? Let's see what you got, Trev. I think probably inside would be easier. Just try to keep the center of the tractor. We had to cut it a little bit looser. Wait, there's extra field over there we wouldn't be able to get otherwise, I think. I feel like the lines are a little bit off here. All right, it's fine. We could confirm this and just kind of let this thing... So this is the headland line, and I think it was intersecting with the other line. That's why it looked a little bit off. But, yeah, this is for sure the way to go. I think it's going to make our job a lot easier on the turns. This is something we need to use a lot more. I mean, look at this. Work smarter, not harder. You know what I mean? We got the technology for it. We might as well do it. It's not perfect, because like here, it would have kept going if you just stayed on it. But what we can do is take it off. Let's turn this thing around. I guess we could. I don't think that's a line we want. The white lines are the ones you want to follow, and then the blue lines are the guides. So if we get over on this, I mean, this is going to be a really ugly field, but it is what it is, baby. It's going to be rolled, and that's all that matters. And then I'm really wondering if we get all the way to the edge here, go all the way to the edge, kind of stop it here-ish. If we full crank it, will this thing turn on a dime? We probably could have cranked it a little bit earlier. Wow, that's why you have a headland. We need to get our wheel straight so that it... Interesting. So it kind of turns on a dime there, and then you don't have to turn around. All right, that just saved us a bunch of time. Good job, Trev. I mean, they told us that in the tutorial. And for the most part, we've been doing it, but some parts we didn't. I've seen some too, like if you can't turn on a dime like that, people will go opposite rows. So you come down and then you skip a row, and then you go down and then you skip a row, and then you go down, and then you can come back and skip a row and go down and skip a row. It's just all about finding the ideal combo to not have to stop and do 3-point turns and stuff like that. And honestly, the best part about this is now we can get some cool angles and kind of see the tractor at work here, rather than worry about where we're going. Let's go, baby. I just love this game so much. I spend more time researching and watching videos than I do playing and recording and making videos for you guys. I'm hoping eventually it's all going to click, but it's all so worth it at this point. I don't even care, dude. It's so much freaking fun. So yeah, we're going to start using the guidelines a little bit more. Even if, like, sometimes I like not relying on the technology and not relying on the AI and feeling like we're really playing. So, you know, sometimes we'll just use the guidelines to help us out, just to you know, make things nice and even and make sure we're getting the most of everything. But the AI, I mean, look at this. We're making a few extra passes here when we didn't need to. The AI definitely helps you out. We can get set up on this guy, and just like that, she's going to take care of our job for us. I just love the slow build of everything in this game, dude. It's like seeing us finish this field right here. It's such a weird feeling. Coming from someone I've always loved FPSs and fast action and everything else. Like, obviously, we've gotten more into simulators and stuff in recent years, but like, this is the slowest, most quote-unquote boring game I think I've ever played. But I am absolutely loved. There is just something so addicting and charming about this. It's outrageous. One final piece there. Try not to hit the UPS truck, and then we have one little piece right there. And that is a field that has been fully rolled gonna say road, but fully rolled here in Farming Sim 25. First time we've ever done that. Let's go ahead and fold this thing up. I really like all the equipment folding and everything too. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. We could make it so that it doesn't start and stop every time you open the vehicle. Maybe I'll set that up. Once I get this thing set up, we can have engine start buttons and stuff. That way it can keep running and things can keep moving when we're done with it. But yeah, that's so sick, dude. Look at the lines where the tires drug through the mud there. Okay. How do we return leased vehicles again? I definitely don't want to be responsible for more payments on this thing. I'm assuming it's... If we drop this off in the field, can I kind of get away from it? And then do we return it? Beautiful. Okay. Couple $1,000 well spent. Also, I did just realize I'm going to absolutely kill my AI workers. They missed a spot. This is an unplanted spot right here. I'm going to leave that. I want to cry. I'm not releasing that thing for $2,000. I can't believe I just realized that right now. I really thought it was something that just wasn't like, I have no idea. Okay, so let me check this. We've got soil composition. We're fertilized. I don't think we're going to be able to fertilize it again until a month passes. So I think at this point, our canola over here should be ready to harvest next month, which will be a nice payday for us. Obviously, our oats that we've seeded over the last month are going to keep growing. We're going to fertilize those too. So next month, we've got to harvest the canola, fertilize all of our other fields. Think about, you know, replanting and cultivating and everything else on the canola field. And hopefully, we're going to have some nice growth in our grass as well. I think grass only takes about 3 months. And one final thing I want to do before we close this month out, because of what we're doing with the grass, I think we're going to want to stop these from selling. So I'm going to switch the lettuce from immediately selling. We're going to change that to storing. We're going to keep it in storing. So now instead of selling it at a slightly lesser price, it's going to store it out here. And if we end up getting some like pallet lifts or something that we can put on the front of our tractor, then we should be able to sell these things. Hopefully, we'll see. I'm going to do the same thing for these Enokis here. Hopefully, we're not going to mess this up. It's going to be a bit of a hike, but basically over towards the front of our farm, it's really fun because eventually we're going to have, you know, thousands and thousands of cows and chickens and whatever else and you know, tons of acreage. Maybe not thousands of cows, but lots of cows, hopefully. We've got this little stand here, the Hickory Brook Farm, established in 1908. So I think we can take our pallets, we can put them here, and then this is like a fresh farm-to-table selling point that we can sell our stuff at. I don't know, I saw a comment about that. Shout out to whoever left it. I'm hoping we can make a little bit more money that way, but there's no promises in this here wasteland. Worst case scenario, maybe we just end up, we could save it until we have a bunch of it and take it all into town to get a better price or whatever else, but we're going to end up probably buying a trailer today, which is why I did that. It's easier if we just let it sell, but you're not going to make as much money. So spring has officially sprung. Dude, look at all the grass out here. It is officially April 1st. And things are looking good. Oh gosh, I thought this was going to be ready to harvest, but we're not ready to harvest yet. Canola's still growing. Oats are looking pretty good so far. We've got a good yield bonus and everything. I think we're going to need, oh no, we're 100% fertilized. That's good. Do both fields have that? We've got some weeding we're going to have to do. No, this one needs fertilization. The other one needs weeding. And then of course, we're also going to have stuff to do over on our other field. Dude, our grass is already in the dark green. It's leapfrogged the oats. It looks like our canola is looking pretty good too. Let's take a look. Soil comp. Let me take the weeds out. Yeah, we need to fertilize this and the grass, and then we're going to have to weed these two. I guess the grass we don't need to weed, so that's good. Interesting. So can you not, maybe weeds count as grass if you're growing grass, it just lets weeds? There's no weeds or anything in here. So all we need to do is fertilize this and we're going to be good to go. Looks like we don't have any pallets of anything yet here. I just want to make sure our greenhouses always have enough water. We've got plenty of water there. We're building storage. Beautiful. I think it takes a certain number before it ends up making a pallet, so that's good. And then we also could check on our cows over here. We want to make sure we're good to go with food. Looks like the food is looking good. Water's looking pretty good too. All right. One of these days, we're going to see a baby pop out, dude. We're at 70% reproduction, 70%, and 70%. All right. So it takes them a while to get their freak on, but it's going to come eventually. All right. So we need to fertilize down there, fertilize here, and then weed. And we've got a a decent amount of fertilizer left over from previously. I think we're gonna have to buy some more fertilizer at some point. We'll see. We've got 25%. I guess we can. It's this one that needs it, right? I'm gonna get them started on this right away. Go ahead and go for it. Then we're gonna hop over into this tractor, and we got to get our weeder, which I don't even remember where we put that. You guys remember where we put the weeder? That's our oh, the weeder's right there. Duh. All right, it's this little blue guy here. Should be able to take care of these weeds, no problem. Definitely don't want to deal with those. Eventually, we'll be able to get a sprayer and stuff. I mean, we don't really have the money to do that right now. Hello? There it is. Eventually, we'll be able to get a sprayer, and that way we can let the weeds grow a little bit longer if we need to. But, I mean, it's probably best not to even try to do that. So let's go ahead and get this thing down and fold it out. I mean, to be honest, we could probably do a different field and let the fertilizer work on this, but it's kind of fun to both be working on the same field at the same time. Let me make sure. I just want to see if we take a look. Yeah, we're taking care of the fertilization and the weeding right here. Beautiful. All right. Just always want to make sure we're doing the right thing at the right time. So here we go. Let's build a headland and get to weeding. Honestly, the problem with this is I really wish we had a third tractor. Like, it'd be nice to just be able to hire everyone on this and just, you know, go off and do something else, get ready for our, you know, for our grass, start fertilizing our grass, but then we need another tractor. We'd need another spreader. Sometimes you reach your equipment limit before you reach that there, and then we're gonna back this up so we don't damage any crops. I don't think we did right there. It looks kind of a little questionable. Maybe we did, but yeah, you reach your equipment limit before you end up reaching your manpower limit. So we're gonna let him fertilize here, and then I'm gonna send him over to the grass, and let's make sure that stuff is coming in nice and thick, because I think we're gonna make a good amount of money from it. And technically, I think April is the best month besides December to sell wheat, and we still have some wheat in our silos, so we could probably sell that off as well. Oh my goodness, I don't think we're gonna make that, maybe. I was hoping we were gonna be able to, but we're gonna play it safe. Let's get this set up here, make the last piece of our headlands, and then we should just be able to do down and backs all day. And really, you know what we could do on these top sides? We could just keep this thing rolling all the way through and do both headlands. Okay, when you got two fields back to back, why not? Kind of got a bit of a head start on the next weeding there, but okay, let's switch over to this guy. Old Trusty over here, the old machine that every time I repair him, he's already getting hurt again. I swear this thing is always losing its marbles a little bit. It doesn't help that we're driving it like a freaking race car here, but we're going to take this over to field number 2, and we're going to let, we need to come up with a name for our AI worker. We're going to let them take a stab at it, though. Good luck with that fertilization, and we're going to head back. It's going to be up to us to finish out the weeding of these here fields. Slow and slow, baby. We're gonna make sure this crop is ready when it's time. This grass really is looking good already, though. I love it. So we're at a 97% yield bonus. We're 100% fertilized. I'm trying to think of what we missed. Maybe it's because we haven't been able to cut and roll it yet. Maybe that's the last little bit. I'm pretty sure we're limed. I'm not sure what we're missing from the 3% there, but 97% field bonus is solid. I'm very happy with that. So we're going to take this thing back, and I don't think there's really much else for us to do except for just sleep, and I'll see you guys in May. Dude, every time I see this trailer, I think of, I think it says Big Red. It says Brettle, but for some reason I always see Big Red, so... Yeah, all right, looking pretty good. I think all the fields are set up. Technically, what we could do if we wanted to make some more money would be some contracts, a $14,000 cultivating job. I mean, that's really tempting, and it looks like you've got a really big header there. I'm going to borrow the items. We're going to accept that. Look at the size of this bad boy. That is quite the combo. Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it's a good idea. This thing sounds nice. I don't know if it's a good idea to let AI do the work for you. Obviously, we're kind of on a bit of a mission right now. I guess while we wait for our AI to... Oh, you know what? We need to go sell our crops too. Go ahead and attach this thing. My goodness, dude. Look at the size. I have never seen a cultivator this big, and then I think we're going to have to get that weight on the front of this thing. Oh, hold on a second. We're turning way too tight right there. Back this up. I can't tell where the front of the weight is. I think we're going to want to go like this. We're going to come in from this angle. There it is. All right, the John Deere Pickup 900. All right, we got a front weight on this bad boy, and we're gonna go do the biggest cultivation job we have ever seen, but that is just way too much money to pass up. It's gonna be down here at field number 76. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's a big field. That is a really, really big field. Dude, it gets worse the further that way you go. Look at the tower all the way over there. The only saving grace here is it does seem like we have a pretty wide cultivator. So even though it's big, I don't know how many, you know, passes it's actually going to take. Let's go ahead and get our, I'm going to start with our steering assist. It wants us to do 2 headlands around and then all of these. Looks good to me. Back this thing up into the road a little bit so we can get on our first line. Get that set up. Oh, we've got different beeps happening. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and unfold this bad. Yeah, I mean, we've... Oh, ran into the sign there. It's fine. So we could put that down and then we could lower it. Lower this bad boy. And we're just going to get to work, baby. All right. I mean, it ain't much, but it's honest work. It's just us in this giant freaking field. My goodness. All right. You know what? I'm going to set this up for auto. I hope we make money on it. We'll see. We'll consider this a science experiment. So I'm going to put this on AI worker. Who knows how they're going to end up doing this. I don't know what their brain works like, but we're gonna go back over to this thing. I think we're gonna want to take our trailer, which is in a bit of a precarious position here. Yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff happening here, so we're gonna back this up. Let's get this trailer. I say we just keep backing up slightly, get it out of this pinch. We're gonna take the rest of our wheat because we've got some expensive purchases coming up, and I'm a little nervous as to... I think we're going to have to end up taking out a loan. I just want to try to prevent that as much as possible. I feel like we need to try to keep it relatively reasonable. 2,300 liters of wheat. I mean, it's not going to sell for much. Let's take a look at our prices on wheat. It's going to be down at the bottom. You guys can see April does kind of top out until you get to December, so if we're looking to make some money, now is the time. And you guys know the deal. We usually take our grain over to the grain silo just across the river here. I mean, this is going to make us a couple $1,000s, but it's a couple thousand we didn't have, and there's no reason to leave the wheat in here. I don't know if wheat and stuff can eventually go bad or how that works, but we might as well get rid of it while our friend is over there just chomping away. Dude, that is so ridiculous. It's gonna take so long. There's gotta be a downside to it though, you know what I mean? Like there's no way you can just go and hire that out and not have to work any of those I mean, to be honest, I'm usually gonna do the contracts myself. Cultivating at this point is not that fun, but like the fun contracts I always want to do. If that's a way to have a little bit of side income, then I'm down. But I feel like that's gonna have to bite us in the butt. I feel like I don't really understand how the hiring works currently. It seems, I mean, I see the number, the money ticking down occasionally, like right there, it just went down to 26.59. Maybe we have a certain setting on. I know there's like different economical difficulties and stuff. How far forward do we have to go here? I feel like it's not being honest. Yeah, it's not. You have to be outside. Oh, there it is. You have to be outside to see the thing pop up. So we're gonna go ahead and dump this wheat off. We should make, like I said, around $2,000. Yep, it's more than we had. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this guy off, and then we're gonna head into town. Obviously, grass is one of our major things right now, so I want to prepare. I think technically we can harvest next month. I don't think we actually want to though. So we're gonna go into town. I want to see what we've got going on in terms of mowers at the shop. If we're gonna need a mower eventually, and grass is gonna be a huge thing that we do, at least early game, we're just gonna buy ourselves a mower. I don't think we lease it because we're gonna be releasing it every 2 to 3 months. So it's gonna be expensive, but hopefully they're gonna be able to afford a mower. Looks like our boy is almost 1/5 the way done with that big field, which is kind of exciting. Go him. He's doing a great job. Hopefully he keeps it up. And let's see what we've got going on here for mowers. Again, I think this is going to be kind of expensive. We want to keep it honest, but we want it to be good. So we've got a 13,500 60 horsepower motor, 13 miles an hour, and it's got a width of 3.1 meters. Okay, so the width is obviously going to make a huge difference here. I feel like we have a 100 horsepower tractor, don't we? Is this one good? Why is this one more expensive, but it takes less horsepower? It's got a wider range. I kind of feel like maybe this is the one we want. Oh, do we have to? Interesting. It looks like we are going to need a front piece to combo with this, maybe $1,000. So is it worth it? We're going from 3.4 to 3.9 meters. I mean, that's a fairly significant increase. I guess that's only going to make it one more pass. Obviously, eventually we're going to want some of the big boys, 9.4 meters here. Maybe we go with this. We're upgrading from 3.1 to 3.4. I mean, that, again, that's not that much, but overall, I'm going to get the big boy, I think. No, I might just get the cheapest one. I feel like let's start small, and then eventually, once we start making some money, we're going to be able to go up to this. I don't think it actually affects any of, like, and this one is smaller, so we're going to be able to use it in our smaller tractor in case we need it. I think that makes sense. Let's go ahead and purchase this thing, $13,500. That's smart, because then we can use multiple tractors for multiple reasons, and we don't have to worry about which one's going where. I mean, this is our smallest one, but it's not like we're a big time mower yet, so we're gonna try to hopefully not run this thing over. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where the heck does this thing connect? Does it not connect back here? It looks like it connects back here, right? There it is. I just don't think it makes sense to spend, you know, thousands of dollars extra to prevent maybe one more pass, and then if you have to potentially buy an extra $1,000 counterweight on the front, like once this starts working and we start making money, we are 1,000% just gonna get like the biggest, nicest mower we can as soon as we can afford it, even if we have to take some loans out and stuff. So we might as well just kind of start a little bit small. We've got this guy here. We can put them up and down. Can we fold them at all? Oh, we can put the side pieces out. Okay. Kind of a fun little thing. So it's a good place to start. And we're going to be able to mow here soon. I actually think the smartest thing for us to do would be to just leave this thing out there. Now, from the maintenance standpoint, I have noticed that things deteriorate fairly quickly. Does it help to put things under cover? Like, should we be storing the stuff in the barn, or is it okay if I leave this thing out here? It's going to be fine. Oh, that makes me so mad that they missed that spot right there. That drives me crazy. But yeah, we're just going to leave this thing right here. We could, I mean, technically, I think we're going to want our other tractor for the next piece. I'm just going to leave that entire tractor there. It's not a big deal. All right, so we're going to take this, drop that tool off, and we're going to take this tractor over to the, we're going to go over to the store, and we've got a couple other things we're going to end up purchasing. Basically, while we're waiting for our worker to finish up on that field over there and waiting for our other crops to grow, we might as well go on a couple shopping trips. We're working this hard for a reason. Just trying to set up our baling empire here. So this is where things... Is that the sound of our tractor? That thing is knocking. She's old. We're going to have to get a nicer tractor with a front loader and stuff on it eventually. But for right now, I do really like using this thing. This was Grandpa's. We owe it to him to make sure that she continues seeing the light of day. But yeah, so we're gonna need two things. So basically we're gonna mow the grass. That's gonna leave the clippings down behind. After that, you can use a windrower. I don't think these are necessary. I think when we start doing it on a higher scale, and it might get you a couple % better, but I don't think we need these. So we're gonna skip that step. Hopefully I'm not making a mistake here. After that, you're obviously gonna need something to pick it up to turn it into hay bales. So we're going to need a baler. Now we've got square balers and round balers, but we're also going to need a wrapper. And this is where I'm a little bit conflicted. So if you get this guy right here, $112,500, this will bale and wrap it all in one machine, but obviously it's very, very expensive. On the other side of things, we could get just kind of a, oh, I don't want a square baler, I don't think, because these wrappers, the first square wrapper is $34,000. I mean, technically we could. To be honest, I don't really know which one of any of these that we want. Basically, we want to be able to collect the grass, put it into a bale, and then wrap it because it will ferment into silage when it sits in that wrapping. So we either need this specialty round baler, which will do it all in one, but it's 112 grand. We could also get this cheap square baler, which turns it into 120 centimeter width. And then we could get this guy, which won't work with that. That's 125. Okay, so we would need at least this one for 106. So yeah, we're not going to do that. So we're going to do either the round all-in-one or a round at 125, and then we could get this round wrapper at 16,000. So it's either 60,000 plus 16, so we're at 76.5, or 112. And the thing is this, you can do it all in one go. This, you have to do 2 goes, but obviously it saves us a decent amount of money. We've used this thing in the past. I want to buy this thing, dude. It's only 214,000. Maybe we just straight up buy that. But at the same time, that thing doesn't wrap, so we'd still be in the same scenario. I'm kind of tempted to do the all-in-one. Scared money don't make money, baby. Let's make this as easy as possible on us. All right, so we're going to go in, I think, yes, finances. So we can take out a loan. We can borrow 5. Oh, I really hope we're not making a mistake here. I really, really do. Borrow 5, borrow 5, borrow 5. Oh, it's going up just slowly. Oh my gosh, dude, look at our balance. This is not good. We need 112.5, and then I also want a front loader attachment because we're going to need it eventually, so we might as well go for it right now. Front loader tools. I think we're going to want a pallet fork. So we're going to want 114.2. What's another $5,000 borrowed? All right, we've got $115,000, so we're going to buy this. Do we have to get the certain type? Do we need the quickie type? No, it looks like it works with it. So we're going to get this pallet fork. We're going to purchase this. And then we're also going to be purchasing this John Deere C44 1R round baler, which I hope our tractor is going to be able to pull. You don't have enough money. What? We've got 113,000. I thought we must be, I think we're paying the guy. Ooh, it's going to be fine. You know what? Give me another 5,000, boss. I know you can only take a certain amount out. What's our current setup? Does it tell us how much we're going to have to be paying back every single day? It does let you repay it back early if we need it, but it's going to be fine. Technically, we probably could have waited to borrow all this until next month because then we'd pay less interest, but it's whatever. I want to be ahead of the game here. So, bale wrap, let's do it in white. John Deere extra cover. I don't know what that does, but okay, yeah, looks good to me. Let's just go ahead and purchase it. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach, dude. I cannot believe we just spent that much. I can't believe we just borrowed that much. That is really not good. So let's back up to this bad boy. We're gonna attach that. We're gonna want to get him to turn. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Beautiful. And now we should be able to pull forward and attach this pallet fork. Look at this bad boy. We've got a nice pallet fork on there now. So we're going to be able to move our stuff around. That's mainly for our, get this all the way down and get it nice and flat. Mainly for our mushrooms and cabbage that we're growing in the greenhouses. But I don't think we'll need it for the hay bales. Again, I don't know if it was fully necessary. I'm going to make sure we look both ways. We got a lot of important materials here. We're definitely going to need it for the greenhouse stuff, and we can make more money based off of that if we try. I'm going to try selling it at our little convenience store that we saw, the little shed off on the side of the road. So we'll see how that works out. But now, I mean, really anything, we're going to have pallets a lot of times, so we might as well have a pallet fork available as well. We are making moves, baby. Slow but steady, working our way up. I'm really hoping that this pays as much as we hope it does. So I'm gonna go, we don't technically need it right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the pallet fork right here. This can be like our little tool. Oh, I mean, we don't really need both. We should probably keep this, but we don't need the other piece right now. So we're going to put that there, and then we're going to go drop this baler off back by our grass setup, just so all the tools are out there. I really hope that leaving them out in the sunshine and stuff doesn't affect them. I know they get dirty, and there is a power washer that you can clean it. I saw some comments that said that is the reason why they're deteriorating. I don't think that's the case. I looked it up. It doesn't seem like it actually affects them, but who knows. So here we go. Just going to leave our tools out next to the area that they need to be. Drop that off. And we're going to be ready to mow sooner rather than later. I'm going to take this thing back over, and I will see you guys in May. You know what I just realized is we still have this this contract going. I don't think we want to move on to the next month. I think we could get charged for the lease again. You also need to complete your contracts in a certain amount of time. So I got another small cultivation job where we've got another AI helper helping out with this one. That one should be done, honestly, relatively close to Field 76 because it's so much smaller. But I also want to check out, so one thing I saw online, Deadwood contracts. We've done one of these before with the big machine and stuff. I don't think you want to lease the equipment though. So we're gonna make $16.50 here, which obviously isn't great. I say that, but we're gonna accept this. So Noah Deadwood, we got you. We're gonna go back over to the shop, dude. I swear I live like 95% of my game here. Let's see. We're gonna head back to the shop here. I swear I spend 95% of my game here, but we are gonna purchase. It's gonna be a miscellaneous tool, and it's gonna be a chainsaw. I think this is gonna be something we could use a lot on our farm as well. So these are all 1,000. Husqvarna, steel, McCulloch. I kind of like the black there is pretty sick, but I feel like the steel is kind of the you know, typical traditional one. Where? I don't know how you can use it though. Wait, aren't hand tools? Oh. Okay, so we've just got a chainsaw that we carry around now. So where are we going? We're going over here to this field. I would imagine it's not smart to run with a chainsaw, so we're not going to do that. But I think we can just do this on foot. Did we leased for hundreds of dollars that giant machine the last time we did this. I don't know how efficient this is going to be, but look at this. All right, so it's going to be way easier to see for sure. So we can get our chainsaw out. This doesn't appear to be working as well as I thought it was going to. I don't know how to cut down with a chainsaw. I would imagine you look oh, is that the direction our cut is going? Is there a way to turn it? Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Yes, now we can just cut through the tree. Timber! Okay, that's sick. So it looks like we're gonna have 10 or 11 trees in here. You get penalized for every tree that you cut down that wasn't marked. Looks like we've got one over there. Cut this guy down as well. I love this. I'm really excited to get into forestry. That could be something that we look into in some future episodes. But now we get to run around and we can just cut down some trees, and we're gonna make, I mean, in this case, we're gonna make $650. But from now on, let's just take these Deadwood contracts, and that's gonna be infinitely easier than driving something around in here. You're just going to be able to cut things down really quickly. And technically we can figure out how to keep the wood so that we can, I think you can like hop up on this. There's ways. I was just watching the tutorial that we had. We can like kind of clean the tree here, and then you can dice it up into a bunch of little pieces, and then we got to figure out how to get those pieces back to where we want to take it. But for right now, we're just going to focus on simply getting paid. That's all we care about. See, this is nice. We're making money while our workers make us money. The big field just completed, so we're going to have 15K back from that. Maybe we can start paying down our loan a little bit, try to save a little bit. Every little bit's going to count in terms of saving money here. But we might as well keep it because we're going to need extra money anyway. We're going to need like a trailer and some other stuff. So unfortunately, I just think it's the cost of doing business. Yeah, we took a wintertime contract for this, and it was significantly easier without all the undergrowth and bushes and stuff like that. It was very simple to see. I saw one over there. Look at that, just peeking through the forest. Very simple to see when everything was dead. Technically, I think we're literally looking for deadwood, so it's the dead trees. That should help us out. We're cutting down the trees that don't have life, so it's not going to be anything that has like a bunch of grass or growth on it. It's going to be a really ugly dead looking tree, so that should help give it away. We need one more in here. Is it this guy? No, there's some on that. Some of them are a little bit tricky because they're lower. The lower parts look kind of dead, but the tops are good. Maybe we look towards the top. Could be kind of an inclination. Dude, you should be required to mark a 360-degree ring, not just an X. This is ridiculous. I'm trying to find this last one. Is it this? That looks pretty dead right there. That's not it though. I hate to admit that oh gosh, dude, I just tried to hire. I didn't know if we could auto hire some AI help with the chainsaw. You cannot. The good news is we're still cultivating that field, but I have been running all over the place and I can't find this last tree. That went all the way through, right? Yeah, that's cut. Dude, your eyes start to play tricks on you. I could have sworn I just saw red on that tree over there. Obviously out here in the forest, you're not going to see a bunch of red. You're mostly going to see green. You kind of go outside of the circle just to be, oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. Is that not the one that we picked out earlier? I'm not sure, but we will take this thing down, and that's going to be 3 contracts complete. Now we can move on to May. Welcome to May, the beginning parts of summer, and we have some very exciting stuff in the works. So look at this. Our oats are coming along nicely. If we take a look at our growing map, they're into kind of a middle shade of green. They should keep getting darker and darker there. I'm really surprised our canola has not finished yet. I feel like we've had this planted for a really long time. Technically, we didn't plant it, right? This is still left over from the tutorial when Grandpa took care of it for us. We kind of did the last couple rows. But yeah, so it's not quite ready yet, although if we take a look at the calendar, the thing is, I don't think we're going to be going off this because I think we planted it outside of the growing season. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but it's either going to be ready next month or in July. So we'll keep an eye on that. Now, you can see over here, our grass field is saying it's ready to harvest. So we're going to go over here. We're going to visit, and you can see this is the first stage of harvest for grass. But there's 2 stages. So if you wait 1 more month after this, that is when we're going to be able to go to work. We're going to be able to use all those specialty machines we've been collecting and stuff. And I think that's going to maximize our yield. I think you get an extra 50% yield if you wait on it. It's going to have kind of an orangish hue on the top of it. So we could do it now. We could sell it now. Let's actually, I want to see. We wouldn't sell grass straight up, but I'm curious. Looks like summertime grass is you know, really not very in demand. I think we're looking for silage. That's going to be fermented grass. So silage right now is the peak time. Okay, that's interesting. It makes sense. So 1,000 liters of silage is worth 370, and 1,000 liters of grass at max is worth 150. So yeah, we're definitely going to be fermenting. We're going to be waiting for silage. So let's hold off on this for right now. We're going to go back. We've got something else very exciting to take a look at, and we're going to want to be in this guy. Also, we do have some contracts that we finished up. I forgot about that. So let's go ahead and collect on all these contracts. I hope we didn't pay double duty on the rentals there. So it actually worked out really nicely. We're gonna grab our pallet fork here. Okay, well that's a problem. It's upside down. Oh no. Can I pick this thing up? Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna have to reset this thing, aren't we? Let's go ahead and attach this thing. Beautiful. So this, I'm sure you guys remember we bought this thing not too long ago, earlier in this episode. And the reason for that is for our mushrooms and our lettuce. So we could have had this stuff auto-selling, but instead we changed it so that it was collecting, and it looks like we are finally getting paid back for these greenhouses. So we have $18,000 in greenhouses here, one of which is enoki mushrooms, the other is lettuce, and it looks like we've got 400 kilogram pallet here. It's 1,000 liters of enokis, and then over here we've got 1,000 liters of lettuce. So we're gonna see if we can come around and pick this thing up. A little awkward. I don't know what our best angle is. If we back it up like this, we should be able to sneak in there. Angle this thing, oop, not too far down a little bit. There it is, there it is, there it is. Lift her up. Oh my goodness, dude, this is so sick. Okay, let's go back. First person, obviously driving from the side is not the best idea. I wonder if we could stack, like, could I set this up on top of the lettuce and then stack it? I'm not gonna risk it, but we're gonna take this over to our little farmer's market stall, which is going to be out by the main road, and I think we're going to be able to, well, hold on a second. Let's actually, we could check this. So these are going to be our enoki mushrooms. It's not the best time to sell it. We could sell it at our farmer's kiosk for $1,243. We can wait half a year for $100 more. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. So we can just straight up sell this over here, I think. So if we take this right over here, we should be able to, don't go too far, put it down, move out, and we sold $1,492 worth of profit, dude. Fix this guy here. That is amazing. All right, so we're gonna go back, we're gonna get our lettuce, and we're gonna do the same thing as, oop, I think I was down on the ground there, we couldn't turn. But we're gonna go back, we're gonna do the same thing with our lettuce. I mean, technically, we don't have to sell it right away. It will keep stacking up next to it for quite some time, but this is cool. So we just made $1,000 right there. That feels good. And the nice thing is, oh, wait, where was our pallet? It was right here, right around the corner, right? Yeah, the nice thing is we know that this is just free money. Like, obviously, we paid the, put this down a little bit, flatten it out. We paid the $9,000 to buy it right off the bat. Can we go this way? We can. Beautiful. And let's try to tip it back a little bit so we don't lose her. Oh, don't hit your greenhouse, Trev. Obviously, we paid that $9,000 to be able to open up the greenhouses, which, I mean, that's not fun. That kind of sucks. But if we're already making $1,500 back on that $9,000, and I'm not sure what this lettuce is going to sell for, we might want to save the lettuce, but let's just find out. It's our first one. Let's have some fun today. Here we go. Put this guy down. $3,659. Bro, what? Lettuce makes money, baby. Okay, maybe lettuce is the way to go instead of the gnocchis. I'm not sure. Let me lift this guy back up and get this thing out of the way. I feel like we're really dragging this thing on the ground a lot. But, dude, we just paid back 1/3 of our lettuce greenhouse in one go. And all it took was that initial investment plus some free water that we can just steal from the river nearby. So that is pretty impressive. Now, one thing we are going to want to do is let's drop this thing back off, put that guy down, detach it, and we're going to want to get our bale spike because the bales are going to be coming up in the next episode. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. We're going to advance to June, and I think it's going to be time to harvest some canola as well as start our grass empire. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys later. Hope you guys are enjoying the series. This is insane. We're starting to get the hang of it, but it's slow rolling, baby. It's going to take some time. I'll see you there. Peace out.